Hello, my name is Robert Dean Steele, and this is your daily Bible class. Today, we're going to spend a little bit of time on one verse, but what a verse it is. It is James chapter 2, verse number 18 and verse number 19. He says, but someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. He says, someone says to you, I have faith. And you say to them, okay, you have faith, but I have deeds. He says, show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do. Basically, you can talk all you want about your relationship with God, how pious you are, how wonderful you are, but if you don't show it by what you do, you know what? It means absolutely nothing. I remember years ago, there was a fellow who walked into the church and he gave a great prophecy. I mean, he was able to speak the word and it was eloquent. It really was. But then he went and he began to do stuff that showed that he didn't have faith. You see, there's lots of people out there who look really good on the outside. Oh, they're able to speak so very, very well. Back in the 1980s, there was a couple of evangelists who were very powerful in preaching the word. But when they were finished preaching the word, they went out and they cruised down certain streets they shouldn't be. And finally, one of them was caught, and he sat there on TV and he said, I have sinned, I have sinned. But the reality was, he didn't stop sinning. But 4 or 5 years later, he was caught doing the same thing again. And that time, instead of saying, I've sinned, you know what he did? He says, none of your business anymore. What happened in those 4 years was simply this, is that he had gone from, sinning to basically justifying what he's done. James is saying this. He says, you have faith? Wonderful. He says, I'll show your faith by what I do. He says, my actions are going to explain my faith. My faith is going to be practical. My faith is going to be right out in front of everybody. Everyone's going to know there are Christians by our love. Remember that old song? Then they shall know we are Christians by our love. Great song when you think about it. James says, you got to show what you're doing. He says, you say you believe in one God? He says, great. He says, even demons believe that and shudder. Lots of people say, I believe, I believe. Well, so what? The demons believe. But the difference between them and you is the fact that they tremble in fear because they know what God is really like. You say, well, wait a minute. Isn't God love? Yes. But you have to take God in his whole package. You see, God is love, but God is also holy. God is merciful, but God also judges. The perfect thing that God did was he gave his son Jesus Christ to satisfy the holiness and the judgment. Jesus became our sacrifice. The mercy and love of God was able to satisfy the holiness and justice of God. You see, you got to take God in the whole package, not just to portion him out. There's people out there saying, God is love, so we can do anything we want. We can take any type of lifestyle we want. We can live any way we want. We can promote any type of lifestyle that we want. We can be whatever we want to be. And it's not true. We are called to be holy and righteous. We are called to be people of love. We need to show holiness and righteousness and truth by the way that we live. You see, when you condone sin in any form, you're not showing the law of love. You're showing man's ideas. God is holy. God wants us to bring that into our lives and our situation. Otherwise, our faith is in vain, both ways. My name is Robert Dean Steele. This is your daily Bible class. You have yourself a great and godly day.